Alright. It seems like I'm figuring out more. So there's some sort of connection point. Probably between Noir and the Void. So, I need to probably sever the connection. Probably. But will I even need to? Michael told me, like, there's multiple solutions to a problem.
I'm not gonna make it!
So what's the best solution? Do I even need to sever the connection? Because if it's just recreating events, that's not necessarily too harmful. Like, there's definitely been more evil anomalies. Like, this is technically doing no harm. It's just like feedback loop, basically. Or this is just an image compared to the actual events. It's not even real. Basically, this would be the same as the simulations I normally go through, essentially. So technically, it's not dangerous. Just like how the engineers are not necessarily dangerous, but they're like, they're basically enslaved. And sometimes, ow, that's karma, that's karma. Ah, I shouldn't be killing engineers. But basically, it is just like the engineers. The engineers are forced to help the covenant. They're forced against their own will to help the covenant. They're basically just slaves. So this is basically just another simulation, just it's not a simulation. It's an actual living, breathing place. Just trading images of the past. So that's the question, do I sever the connection or not? I've got to consider my options. Because if it's not harming anyone, then there's no reason I should, like, do damage to it. There's no reason I should harm it. If it's not harming anyone, I won't harm it back. It's simple as that. Huh. But yeah, it's exactly like the engineers. From what, like, Michael described and what I know myself. The engineers are just slaves. Forced to help the true enemy. So is there some greater purpose to this connection? Why would someone, if someone is controlling this, create a connection to see past events that have already unfolded? I don't know. So, do I sever the connection or not? I have to learn more. I think the next point is to figure out if someone's causing this. If someone's actively manipulating this to happen. Then I'll decide if I sever the connection or not.
We need to get above this crap. Link with the B-net. One of our drones must have seen where they hit.
So, how do I figure if someone's controlling Noir or not? This is a tricky question. I guess I could try and see with my powers. I do have enormous powers after all, might as well use them.
Keeping my boots on the ground.
I mean, I've had my infinite ammo power for a long time and my checkpoint power, but I've never used some of the other stuff. So let's scan to see if anyone's actively causing this, or if it's just by incident.
Help us secure this vehicle.
Charged and ready.
Let's see, scanning. Looks like it's just by incident. It seems like when Blue initially created the connection between the Void and Noir, that's when it really all started. It was just a
Thanks for the assist, trooper.
like thing
Get this
by
warthog moving.
chance.
Our CO needs us to clear this sector.
But every time Michaels ended up back at Noir using the Void, it's gotten stronger, the connection. Each time Michael ends up back there, it gets stronger, the connection.
What's wrong?
So it's not even
Watch that chopper. Hit it head on.
anyone's fault, it's just every time a connection is made, it gets stronger. I probably can just drive past, can't I? Yeah, I can. But that means this isn't being controlled, it's just by circumstance. Every time a connection is made to Noir through the Void, the connection gets stronger, but eventually the connection dies down if Noir is not accessed by Michael. So it really is just a feedback loop of the past,
ODST reported for duty,
just
sir.
created by pure incident. That means no one would know,
Roger
no
that.
one
I'm Oscar
evil
Mike.
would know. And it's not like there's any dangerous people that can take advantage of it at the moment.
Scattered, dead, I don't know.
Most of the evils in our world have been defeated at this point. I'm sure there's
the objective,
more
Colonel?
dark evils, ancient evils, but that means there's no reason to sever the connection unless someone was to gain access to it. That means I've figured it out really quickly. That means there's been a connection like all along, and well, not all along, but ever since Detective Blue initially connected with the Void and the
What the hell just
Law,
happened?
it all started then. So I figured it out. Alright, well then I need to relay this to Michael. I guess my next point is to find some way to effectively communicate back to normal, regular dimension, back to Earth, so I can tell Michael, because the connection has been very off. Alright, well, then I should be able to figure it out soon enough. Can I connect with my powers? Yeah, I think so. I just need to clear out whatever's jamming it. There must be like a jammer like hotspot. I don't know. Because at this point there's no way to connect back. Huh. What could be acting as jammers? Because I know there's the current jammers. Wait. There was some like things from what Michael told me and showed me of the past events.
I didn't train to be a pilot.
OEST.
Tell
There
me
was
I don't have
like
any more flying to
these
do today.
squid houses and the flying, like when Michael played a Banshee. Could they be it?
So, was that a yes or a no?
Let me scan with my powers. Yes, yes indeed.
Amen.